It was a as you guys know, it was a really big win. First time we've been bowl eligible, I think, since '97. It was the game was everything we thought it was going to be. It was going to be a physical battle. Nevada likes to run the ball on offense, so defensively we knew it was going to be a physical ground and pound type game. It was a lot of emphasis put on my position group, the defensive line, and we played well enough to win. Obviously, Nevada's a really good team. They lost a lot from last year, but they still every year they're physical on offense. They come with it every play. They got physical O linemen. The running backs like to get downhill. They finish their runs. They're definitely a good team, and they're one of those teams who, in the WAC, there's like a premium on beating Nevada, Hawaii, and Fresno State. They're one of those the big three teams that it's been for the last little while, and it's definitely good to beat them, especially at home, which I think we haven't done since a long time, like 1950 or 60, something like that. Yeah, so it was definitely a big win. Beating Nevada was definitely a big deal. And New Mexico State, they're a good team. They've gotten better. They've got some of the same guys from last year who were young that have been in the system for another year. They're another team who they're scrappy and they fight even with their record where it's at. They're not going to go out there and just give up. They're a good team. They're in a position that we've been in before, and I know being in that position myself that you still want to put good stuff out there on the film. You're still proud of playing, and they're not going to just lie down. They're a good team, and we're going to have to go out there and play good football.
Our producer said when he watched the replay, you were the guy who punched the ball out of the quarterback's hands on the play at the end of the game. Describe what was going on there and what you did.
I didn't actually. It wasn't the kind of thing where I saw the ball and necessarily was going for it. We work on that a lot in practice, kind of just getting your hands in the right area where you can get some turnovers and stuff. And we've been doing that a lot lately in practice. Turnovers has been something that we haven't been doing as good as we want to on defense. And so in practice, there's an emphasis on it. And I was more worried about just making the tackle, really. And I came off a blocker, went to go get him, and my hands kind of fell into the spot that they've been falling into in practice because we've been working on it. But I wasn't really thinking about getting the football out. And it came out. I didn't even realize it until I kind of rolled over and saw Bobby running up the other way. And it wasn't really I wasn't really trying to go get the ball, but it worked out. And it is something that we've been working on in practice. So it's nice to see something that you work on show up in the game.
They seem to have a lot more trouble running the ball second half. Why was that?
They did, and we went to the locker room at halftime. We actually the last series of the first half, we did pretty good stopping the run, and so we went into the locker room at halftime and we said we need to keep this going because up until that last series in the first half, they've been getting about 4 or 5 yards a pop and busting some out, and it was frustrating. So we closed out the first half kind of the way we wanted to defensively up front, and we came back in the second half and we just wanted to keep that going, and we did.
You guys seem to be playing better defense in the second half of these games lately than the first in some ways. I mean, it's kind of like, are these halftime adjustments then happening? And obviously they must be working if they are.
Yeah. I mean, the halftime adjustments are definitely big when you have good coaches and stuff who they see things and they can make adjustments. But really, I mean, we've been playing better in the second half, but. You see, you think of it, we've been playing better in the second half. I think of it, we've just been playing bad in the first half. We've just been starting slow. We haven't been starting the way we want to. So, I mean, that's another thing that we're working on. That our coaches are telling us is we need to start fast and finish strong. And as you guys know, the first half of the season we weren't necessarily finishing strong, and so we're starting to learn and get that down. Now we just need to starting fast.
Quinn, give me a personal. Inside your mind, heart feeling of what this has been like for you at Utah State these years of being 2 wins when you first start playing a season, and then you finally get to 4 a couple times, and you look like you're on the borderline. Every year you guys have talked about going to a bowl game, and it wouldn't be a reality. Then you go this year, and you start off like you did. Give me a feeling of how you have stuck with it to keep it going.
It's been really tough, but when you show up every day and you see everybody working, really, I mean that's really what's kept me going is you show up every day, and even though the record's not where it's supposed to, you're not meeting your expectations, stuff isn't going the way you want it to go. You show up every day and you see everybody working really hard. You know what I'm saying? No one's giving up. So you show up, and if you're thinking about not going hard or something like that, you're gonna be looked at, and someone's gonna call you out. And it's the leadership on this team that keeps everybody going when things aren't looking good. You know what I mean? And that's what's been pulling me through it, because it's been tough. It's been real tough, and it's like banging your head against the wall forever and ever and ever, and then finally just decided that we broke through, and it feels good because of what we've gone through to get here. It feels really good.
As a defense, when the offense lined up to go for it on fourth, were you guys prepared to go out, or did you know they were going to get that first down?
We were ready. We were ready to go out. You have to anticipate that. You have to be ready for both situations, but obviously you have to be ready to play defense first before anything else.
And then describe your emotions, the final 40 seconds, whatever, after Adam picked up that first down and you knew it was. It was crazy. I was just joy, just really, really happy to have what we've been working for. Everybody that was on that sideline, what all of us have been working for years, really. All that last 40 seconds was just. It was all time where we the game was essentially over. So that last 40 seconds was just. It was all time where we knew we had it won, and you could really kind of sit and think about everything that we've been through. And for that last 40 seconds, the clock was still going, the game was still running, but all I was thinking about was everything that we had gone through and how good it felt to finally get what we wanted.
Is this the most emotional group of seniors for a senior game that you've ever seen since you've been here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, having something to play for on senior day, and then just the fact that there's so many seniors, and then the fact that Coach A got here while we were here, and a lot of us were with the old coaching staff, and us seeing the transition and us working harder and us always our mindset being to get to a bowl game and everything. The seniors really put a lot into this. The seniors worked really hard and brought the younger guys in and showed them the ropes, and we're starting to set the standard with these seniors. So there was a lot riding on this game for us seniors, and it was definitely emotional, and it was a big win. It was an emotional win, emotional game.
And at
Yeah.
this point in the year where you got to play New Mexico State still, I mean, this is an opportunity to just guarantee yourself a winning season above 500 record, and it seems like you still have a lot to play for here.
Absolutely, yeah. I haven't had a winning season since I've been here. That's definitely a goal, to have a winning season. And I mean, even anytime you go out there, you want to play good. Anytime you go out there, our coaches expect us to play good. Anytime you go out there, what you put on film, you want to be proud of. So, regardless of the situation, when we go out there, we're going out there to play and to win.
What does it mean for you to play alongside a guy like Bobby Wagner? He's the WAC Defensive Player of the Week, the 15 tackles, the big interception last week. What is it like having him as a teammate?
It's really fun. It's really fun having him out there making all those plays. And he's in my class, so I know Bobby, and it's real fun to know somebody that's out there being real successful. And as far as playing with him, it makes my job easier, it makes everybody's job easier, and it's fun to enjoy something like that with him. And I know he deserves it. He's worked really hard to get here, and it's fun out there playing with Bobby, being out there, and it's something I can be proud of. You know what I mean? Bobby's a good player, and years from now, I'll remember some of the stuff that he's done out there, and I've seen from the weird angles that's on the field that people can only see on TV or from the sideline, and it's fun out there playing with Bobby.
It's emotion that I can't even explain, because I've been here for 4 years, my 5th year here, and it's just something that we've been trying to get to since I've got here. So to finally be able to do that in my last year, my senior year, be able to be bowl eligible and just have that raw emotions of winning that last game and just becoming bowl eligible. We're not in a bowl yet, but we're eligible. But it's just that feeling of we can be picked and we probably will be picked to be in a bowl game. It's just one of those wonderful feelings that I always remember for the rest of my life.
The throw to Robert, you scrambled a little bit first of all. Then you must have looked downfield and saw him all alone, and your eyes had to get this big. And then you make the throw, and it's there, and just the way you're supposed to. You probably practice.
Yeah, it's the way we planned it out. You know, he's supposed to be by himself on the wheel or whatever, and I got a little pressure, so I just scrambled to the right, and I seen him down there all by himself, and just threw it up, and he made a great play and caught it. So it's just the way it was drawn up. So it wasn't nothing special, or nobody else was supposed to get the ball. It was designed for him. So it went just this plan.
Did you see that he bobbled it a little bit?
I didn't see that at first until I watched it on film and on TV. So yeah, after watching it on TV, it was a little scary at first, but we got out of there with the touchdown. So that's a good thing.
You're 3 for 3. Is that your best pass of the year?
Since I've been here?
Well, the best pass this year.
Oh, yeah.
That was your best one this year?
Yes, that's my best one this year.
Is that the best one in your career, though, do you think?
No.
Which is the best one?
I think the one at New Mexico State in 09, when I think I threw it to X Bowman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the same kind of play? 2 years later?
No, in 09, I threw it to Xavier Bowman.
Okay.
But the one in 09 was pretty much the same one against, I think it was Southern Utah, I believe.
Robert said you
going
kept
to it was the same. It was the same. Yeah, it was the same play.
How often do you actually practice a play like that during the week?
Every day. Yeah, every day, just to make sure it goes smoothly, because you don't want to run it once and then it worked that one time, but you want to make sure you got everything going the way you want it to be. So it's practice pretty much every day that we get out there on the field. We got a period for tricks, and that's just what we work on.
Tell me about your emotions and challenges that you've had to overcome through your career. I mean, this is an incredible year for you, overcoming an injury and then playing in the Nevada game and throwing, a winning touchdown, and then you've had quite a career here. Run me through those emotions and challenges from start to finish.
Oh, it's been highs and lows pretty much, for sure. Losing season after losing season, then I go and break my foot on the diving board, and then I don't get to play for a year, and then I'm sitting there wondering if I'll still be able to play like I was before I got hurt. And it's just one of those things, you just count your blessings and run with them. God gave me the opportunity. He said, pretty much put it on my plate and say, go do with it what you want. And I worked hard at it with physical therapy and stuff like that, and all those guys down there helped me pretty much get through what I need to get through to be able to get to this point in my career and be able to play to my highest potential.
How big was that for you to throw the winning touchdown against Nevada after the week, the last home game you played, where you struggled in that game, and then you come out of this game with a whole different set of emotions?
It's great to be one to keep moments in the game to say, yeah, that was one of the main things that got us to being bowl eligible with all the other things that happened with going on during this season. But it's just going out there and making plays. When your number's called, go out there and make a play and hope for the best.
Sore ribs and all didn't bother you at all to play?
No, I was gonna play regardless. So it was sore ribs, broke ribs, it didn't matter. I'm gonna play.
They told us that the injury that kept you out a year ago was pretty bad, and that there was some question about if you play again, like you said. So you played this year, but have you played completely pain-free, or have you had problems that just are always there?
Oh, it's never pain-free. It's gonna hurt regardless, but it's nothing that I can't play through. It's nothing that it doesn't swell. It doesn't swell up on me at night after a game or nothing like that. It hurts every now and then, but it's just one of those things that you get through as a player. You learn to deal with it as you go along with it.
You still look like you run fast, like the Idaho play and all that kind of stuff, too.
Oh, yeah. Some people say I lost a step, but I don't think so.
You ran away there.
Thoughts on New Mexico State finishing the season with the 7th win going into the bowl game?
Oh, yeah. This is one of those things we can't just dwell on this last win that we had this past weekend. You know, it's one of those things you got to prepare just like it's another game, like we're trying to basically get bowl eligible again. You know, just keep grinding, keep practicing the way we've been practicing, and go out there and try to win. You can't just slack off on the team just because, okay, we reached our goal as being bowl eligible and stuff like that. It's one of those things you gotta build up on and just keep on going at it like we've been have.
Doesn't New Mexico State, they normally have pretty good corners. They've had pretty good guys over the years.
Yeah, they have.
So
They have
tough
had.
to go against there.
Yeah, they have pretty good secondary and all that. But you know, it's go out there and play the game for a reason. You know, and we have pretty good receivers, and I'll put our receivers up against anybody on any day. You know, and it's just one of those things. We're going out there and play. We're gonna play hard, and we're gonna play like we normally have been playing all year. So we're gonna go out there with the intentions of winning.
Okay. Tremendous game, obviously. Great to get to 6 wins, bowl eligibility, everything that comes with it. I'm so proud of the kids. It was a gratifying day, kind of a culmination of 3 years of tough work for these kids, and for them to be able to reach a goal like that was a special time, a special experience for myself, and I'm sure everybody that was involved in the program. It's great for, all of us. It's great for the community. It's great for the kids, all the alums, the fans, A to Z. So it was a tremendous day against a very good football team. That is a very good football team that we played on Saturday, and we're able to obviously get the victory. They're a tough, hard-nosed, physical team that's extremely well coached, and obviously there's a Hall of Fame coach that has very good coaches around him, and so they're obviously very well prepared. So you're going to have to earn a victory at any point when you play Nevada Reno. So it was just a great day, and special times that I know I'll never forget. So, moving on to this next game, which is the most important thing we have going right now, is obviously the New Mexico State game, and we had our celebration, and obviously we're looking for the next step if that comes our way with a bowl game. But we have a game to play this week, and the opportunity to go out and win 7 games is very important. We do need to make sure that we're focused and we prepare and we continue to fight the same way we have the whole year long, because this is a very good football team we're playing. They're very skilled. The progress that Dwayne's team's made over the last year is very impressive, in my opinion, and it's just like the rest of the WAC. It's I don't care who it is that you're playing in this conference. It's a good football team. They have a very good scheme. They're coached very well, and I think the coaches in this league, and this New Mexico State is no exception, do a tremendous job of using their weapons that they have to the best of their ability. So this will be a tremendous challenge for us. So excited about the opportunity to line up and compete again, and we're excited about the potential opportunity to obviously move on and play again.
When it comes to Nevada, did they key on Robert Turbin a little bit more than you're used to, or was that just a reflection of their stout defense?
No, I think they're very good up front. I really do. I think we knew it was going to be tough sledding, and we miss Phil. There's no question we miss Phil's physicality, his experience, and just he plays the game with a tremendous physical presence. And I felt Bobby came in and did a very nice job. And I haven't spent a lot of time watching that side of the tape yet. I still have to finish watching it. It's been kind of a busy couple days for me, but I need to continue to watch it. But I know that Nevada is very good, and I apologize for not knowing the young man's name, but 47 is a really good football player for Nevada, and he kind of gave us fits all day long, and he plays the game how it's supposed to be played. And when it comes to all conference selections, I'll know his name for sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's a very good football player, and they're a talented team. It was tough sledding in the run, there was no question, and they did a nice job of matching up on us too in man coverage, and they were going to make us earn our way down the field, and got up in our face and played some press coverage, and you got to win in those situations. And 2 very good corners. I thought it was talented young men on the defensive side of the ball, and the flip-flop was the same on the offensive side of the ball. It was fun for me to see Corbin out there a little bit and see him running around. He's a great kid. I love Corbin Laux, and to see him have success was good. I didn't want to see him catch any more balls, but it was good to see him. And Matthews is as good a receiver as probably I've ever played against. I mean, he's got it all. He's fast, he's big, he's physical, he has great hands, he's a tremendous competitor. He's been tough for everybody to deal with, whoever they've played over the years. But he's different than he was a year ago in a positive way. He's just more, he's better, and he's in every way. And the offensive line is, I knew it was going to be a tremendous challenge. We talked about it with the Air Force, kind of tough guy mentality that they play with, that I've been used to for years and years, and that's who I think they're like in this conference. And they are physical and big and tough up front, and we knew we were in for 4 quarters of basically a fist fight, and that's what it was. And we held in there okay, better in the second half than we did in the first half. I thought they got the best of us in the first half, and in the second half it evened out in the run game. So it was a good team.
In the field, you felt like you'd been kind of dominated or pushed around a little bit in the first half. Was it more of your challenge to the guys not to do that, or did you make some specific changes that made it better in the second half?
two simple changes. Nothing real drastic. It's not like it was some terrific, wonderful things that we thought up as coaches. But we did. I think we helped them a little bit. We tried to move our tackles to be head up on the guard a little bit to give them a chance to move around, and and then we took the linebacker, and it was Tavares and Mo both made some plays in the second half and kind of blitzed them off the edge and gave them a chance. And we didn't really blow off the coverage, but we were covering down more with the safety in that situation, just to try to let them come off the edge a little bit and try to disrupt. Because if we just face to face, man on man at that point, it was pretty hard for us to consistently win against a very good offensive line. But the kids reacted well and made some plays in the second half.
So it was up here and in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Are there guys you think that you challenged them a little, that made a difference a little bit in the second half?
Yeah, I think I don't know if I don't. Again, I can't really say they played harder, but I think that they had the belief that it was that they could get underneath these guys' pads, and if they played with technique, that they could hang in there. And I think in the first half it was, we got knocked out of a few gaps a couple times, and they hit the big long touchdown run, and that was, we just missed a gap, and there was 2 guys in that play that missed a gap, and I think in the second half we felt like we could hang in there better with them, and if we played and trusted our technique.
And how's Michael Smith?
I think Mike will be fine. He's a tough kid. He'll be back, and I believe he'll be ready to play. Probably a little bit sore, but he'll be fine. I don't. I hope we can have a decision as soon as possible, and for us, for a lot of reasons, and whatever bowl that it may be would be obviously tremendous for us. We're excited about the opportunity to get to the postseason. If it does happen to be Boise, it's important that we know as soon as we can, because there's a lot that has to be done academically for these kids to be prepared for that fast of a bowl game. So, it's right in the middle of a lot of things that are going on for them, and so it's, we'll see when it takes place, and we'd love to have the opportunity to play wherever we can play, and we're very happy to be bowl eligible, and we'll be very happy to go anywhere to play a bowl game.
Thoughts on Bobby Wagner, defensive player of the week, another honor for you guys?
Yep. 2 weeks in a row, you sit back and he's made the plays. Quinn Garner knocked that ball out on the 4th down, and Bobby was there to recover it. And obviously, we know that Bobby did both. He knocked the ball in the air and picked it off in the Idaho game. So, fitting way for him to end is for 2 seniors to end one of their last plays. I guess it ended up being their last defensive play at home with a recovered fumble, and Quinn Garner forcing that fumble. So great for Bobby, well deserved. He could have been, I don't know how many times he's been nominated for that award in the last 3 years, but it's been a bunch. And there's some very deserving young men in this conference, and I'm happy that this week that Bobby was able to get it.
I don't know, you've coached a lot of great defensive players. Where would you rank Bobby up there?
He's way up there right now. Because of how receptive he is. He's not just very talented, but this year especially, Bobby, he watches himself, he learns from himself, but he also listens to what people are telling him how to get better and how to play within the scheme. He's become a much better leader, and so he's pretty much the whole package now, and I guess he's the lead turtle now, I guess, huh? We could all say so, but he's done a tremendous job, and I think he'll play on Sundays for quite a while, in my opinion.
And for Quinn Garner, what does a player like him mean to this program, who doesn't get all the accolades and whatnot, but seems to bring that hard hat and pail every day?
Yep, it means a ton to me. Quinn has been, ever since we've come here, Quinn's kind of bounced around. He was a defensive end, and then he was a defensive tackle, and then he was an outside linebacker. And Quinn is always one of those guys where you know where you can put him, and you know what you're going to get, which is, you said it, he's going to come to work every single day, and he's going to punch the clock and do whatever you ask him to do. And it's again, I keep using the word a lot, but it's gratifying to see him be able for the rest of his life to hopefully have a bowl game, and know that it's a lot more than just sit back and saying with Quinn, and it's Levi, and I can go on and on and on. Chris Harris. Those kids' faces just pop up, and when I start talking about it, for those seniors to be able to make a statement that we're going to leave a legacy, and to leave the legacy that they've left is special. It'll special for me for the rest of my life, I promise you. And Quinn's just one of those, many of those kids with this crew, and I also got to say to that too, that the kids that have been here, DeAndre, James Brindley, there was a number, Chris Randall, they were right in the middle of that celebration at the end of the game in the locker room, and they are a big part of this thing. And I was so happy that they could be there, and all the other kids that have been here, those senior classes for the last 2 years have come past. They all have a part in this.
Coach, when you look at Mexico State, they got a great win in Minnesota. They scored 45 against Fresno.
Yep.
They turned around and get drilled by BYU and Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, the quarterback didn't play, so that was a big thing. The quarterback played against BYU a lot, but he didn't play at all against Louisiana Tech, and that hurt him. Yeah, number 2 didn't play, so that was a humongous difference for them. Yeah, the other kid has the shoulder. He has to have surgery on right. He's a very good player. So, I think he's going to, from what we understand, he's going to come back and he's going to be able to play this week. He's a good football player. And the other kid is very talented. He's athletic like Chucky is. He came in, but that was pouring rain, and I just think it just kind of didn't go their way against Louisiana Tech last week. But they're a potent offense. Don't let anybody try to fool you on that one. Now they got a tremendous running back he's very, very nifty. He's got great speed. Yep. I think he has 7 games where he's rushed for over 100. So he's a quality back, and they got a great wide receiving core. And from what I would see right now, just quickly watching them on tape, it's got to be one of the top 2 in our conference as far as just a receiving core as a whole. Talented, good speed, run good routes, quarterback gets the ball to him. So their offense hasn't had a bunch of troubles all year long, except obviously the last 2 weeks they've had a few struggles, but a lot of that had to do with kind of a quarterback.
Well, I heard him say on game day just Saturday morning that they had more yards against Georgia than anybody had all year long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was including Boise.
Yep, they're a good offense. And you look at those 2 young offensive tackles that have really developed for the last year, they're done a nice job. I'm telling you, they're a potent, just like everybody in this league. We walked into the Idaho game knowing the same thing. Walked into the San Jose game going the whole thing. In Hawaii, we know how good of a team Hawaii is, and it doesn't change all the way through this conference. It's a tough fight, and it's a tremendous battle, no matter what the records are, and they'll be ready to play. And this is a good football team we're playing.
The weapon, this number 1 on return.
No, he's unbelievable.
Hit the ball offensively. He's really tough.
Yeah,
individually.
Yep. Last year he was, right there with Kerwin at the end, and I think this year he's kind of knocked Kerwin right out of it, if I'm not mistaken. He's taken over that, but he's good at the wide receiver spot. He's obviously, what he does in the return game is tremendous, and he has that knack. He has that every time he catches the ball. I think his mindset, I'm sure his mindset is he is going to score, and he's very gifted back there.
Louisiana Tech tried to kick away from him a little bit.
Good idea.
Are you thinking about doing the same thing?
I think whenever you're playing a tremendous returner like that, you want to try to kick away from him. And Louisiana Tech had the kid that Livas, was that his name for a while? They're different. They're different in the way they return, but they're both just about as scary as each other. They are very, very talented young men. But yeah, you got to have that in your plan when you go into this game. But how good can you execute that and not kick the ball out of bounds and kind of shoot yourself in the foot? So we want to we'll work on that, and if we need it and as we go through the week we deem that as part of the game plan, we'll definitely have that as a possibility. He deserves that respect from us.
The Louisiana Tech loss last year was not a good thing. But the year before, in Las Cruces, to me, at the time it happened, it was the first year, but it really felt devastating to you guys. Can you comment on how bad it felt? Because I just thought it was not what you wanted and expected at that point.
Yeah, it was very tough. We're both programs were fighting to take a step, and continually our programs are fighting to take a step, and wins were hard to come by, and that was a very difficult loss for a lot of ways. And we at the end, trust me, I can remember that punt coming right off the guy's foot, and kid made a great play, and we couldn't get him on the ground, and they ended up winning the game. So these two teams have both, trust me, have come a long, long ways from that point, and I think you're talking about two quality football teams, and they got good coaches, and they've done a nice job of developing their program. But that was a very difficult loss. There's no question, and they'd probably flip around on the flip side and say last year it was a very difficult loss here. So it's 1-1, and it's been two very, very hard fought football games.